throwing on first down. Fields. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Lock. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Lock going to throw. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. T.J. Watt. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. That's going to be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Check, 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 check. He's crossing. He's checking crack. 25, check 25.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. To throw on 3rd down. Fields looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kenny Golladay. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kamale Correa in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
60 Pittsburgh. 2.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And they give this time to the tailback. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Right back to him on 1st down. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Fields. He sets to man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, team.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Throwing now is Locke. He's going to loft one. Deep left side. That's caught at the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. So he shifts past him. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return will stop right around the 25. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Hey, alert, go. Joker. Hey, Joker.
From the gun, Fields slings this deep from McLaurin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, They have to evaluate whether you keep playing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And all the way home for a Bronco score. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Throwing after the interception, Fields. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Buying time to his left. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Fields. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like when we talk about the defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long... Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Terry McLaurin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw it is Locke. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, at the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Fields. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Smooth.
Hey, check 24, check 24. Check 59, Mike is 59.
On 2nd and 7, Lock. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Watt, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
You got tight right there. Big Ed.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lock. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Check 50.
Hey, seam 6.
59.
Go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
What you got, Navy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we
Go.
Check. 59.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
I know it looks like fun to guys like you and me. We're up here in the booth and everyone watching on television, but are you kidding me? In the snow, that type of a play, in the cold, you know that had to hurt to make that play.
I'm just mad he didn't make a snow angel while he was down there. Opportunity missed. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check 59. I'm coming for you.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on second down. Lock. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will... This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. On 1st down, Fields. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 18 on it. 18 on it. 52, 61. Match up.
On 3rd down, Fields. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You see me? You see me? They can't touch.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw on 3rd down, Fields. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't situation. The defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Throwing on 1st down, Fields. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call PPR?
The receiver still gets a point there, yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
2nd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fields. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
On 4th down, Fields flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Got an open man. It's QT. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, Haywood. Mike, check, 59. Ready?
Lock to throw for it on 4th. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Clock now to throw. Going for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. He completes this to Sutton.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Quick dance. Come.
Looking to throw. Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Locke going to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Watch out.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to throw. Fields. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
I'm coming. Check 99.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.